everybody doing? I'm back. It's the new year, and I'm digging in, and I'm stoked. I have my molding right here. And before I get into that, thanks to all those who subscribe. Thanks for pushing our site up. We're starting to do really well. So please subscribe, and thank you for your time. Now, I had the choice of getting a shaper, and when I say shaper, you know, hopefully, you know, it's like a rotor table with molding, but a lot more powerful. And I was looking at one like 5 to 7 horsepower, 3-phase. And we get into that later with the motor, and I was like, eh. Then it was getting into like 10,000. Do I need it? You know, I'm doing a lot of arts, you know, say modern, not really, you know, doing too many moldings. So I never did get it. But I did get this, the Shopfox. I'm not here to sell one of these, but this is like a fraction of that cost. And that's one of the reasons why I didn't get the shaper. I'm going to take this knife here, this molding, this simple little molding, with another one, and we're going to match the kitchen and Art Deco, plus the casings around the window. I'm coming up with something simple because, you know, it's not like I got a $2 million house here, so I got to back off a bit, and I think I went a little overboard on the kitchen, but that's another story. So, tune in, watch this video. As I mill the wood, you can see the push stick that I'm using. I made it there. I do have the pattern if anybody's interested. What's great about it is that it keeps the pressure on the wood down and not, you know, keeping your fingers or hands close to the blade. Sometimes the wood can jump, so it can be dangerous. And basically after I mill it down, these are just the baseboards. I run it through the planer, and I've taken off about 3/16 because the pass that I did was just really at the beginning of the wood was just 1 and 1, you know, about 1/8 and 1/8. Now the molding here, as it's going through, I'm setting it in real time. You really got to watch these things as they go through. You can't really just ram it through. It's not that powerful of a molder, so you know you got to be careful with it. I'm back, and I'm the next day, and I'm sorry about the heating going, but I got a heat, and I'm very excited. I'm very anxious to get back to work. Overnight, I was thinking about, what am I doing here? This is a piece of crap. That blade that you had wasn't even designed for that. That was designed as a lip for this 7-piece crown molding. And I thought, wow, you know, all the insecurities come pouring in. Anyways, I'm coming in now, and I really like it. So what I'm going to do is about 1.5 inches here, plywood goes down first. The molding goes on top, and you can see I planed it the exact width here. Then I'll use a 1/4-inch mill, and I'll put that like that. What's great about that, if the floor or whatever's a little wonky, you know, then you can just kind of like push this in. You get a really nice fit, and it'll give me that look I'm after. Is it an Art Deco look? There were other moldings I could have done with the CNC and things like that, but that was just, I don't have the budget for that. So what I'm going for is just quality, and this is really my design, and I'm not following anything else. So there we go, we're on to milling. Now this is the casing. When I say casing, it means the molding that goes around the window and the doors. And I'm running this at real time, and if you look at the top right in 1 second, you can see that I'm not going very fast here. Only because this knife is taking the whole profile. Basically that wood is about a little over 3 inches, and it's encompassing all of it. I love this pattern. It's going to look really, really good. You know, for like, I want that, you know, 100-year-old house vibe, even though I'm kind of incorporating some modern elements and maybe, you know, not following tradition, but I believe this will blend in 100%. So the only thing I would advise is be careful with the feed rate. Maybe, maple, you might be able to speed it up and maybe not. Now, after doing the casing, I wasn't happy with my baseboard. So I ran the baseboard through and I took the same pattern, but it's going to look a little different because I'll be doing it the opposite side with the top. You'll see at the end of the video, so hang around. Now I'm taking the bottom part out, and this part's cool. I'm going to reuse that piece and lengthen the baseboard, and I'll show you how in a minute. And I got a feather board here. I'm just pushing through, and I put a clamp there. I forgot to put a clamp at the end. Sometimes do it when you have repetitive cutting, because sometimes the fence, you don't go down and it can move. Now, there were leftover pieces from when I was cutting up the wood, the baseboard from the molding, and I ended up with these pieces 7/8 by 7/8. So I choked up on the fence there, and I'm just making a little thumbnail that'll go on the casing and enlarge it. And I think it's really a nice feature. So then my casing will end up being like nice, full, healthy 4 inches wide. So there again, this is about the feed rate that I like. So I've left the feed rate on real time. I didn't speed it up. So it gives you an idea what I think you'll get a better quality cut. Now, what I found out when I had it come down, I was about touch over 3/4. So I was able to lower it a bit and get it below 3/4, because that's the problem with these casings or baseboards. They got to finish and they got to butt into other things, and you don't want your casing sticking over. Like, I'm gonna have to put a block at the bottom there, and I want it to be a touch below. So you got to remember the finishing. That's can be always the trickiest part when you do this kind of work. All right, so the dust has settled. I'm emotionally drained. I gave it my all, and it was driving me nuts. And what I decided on, I left the other part of the video in, and how I approached it at first. It was too heavy. It didn't go with the historic house, and I wanted that historic vibe. So I had a profile, like I said, left over, and I used the molder, and I think it came out amazing. I'm very stoked. So what I've done, you saw me cut that piece off. Now I'm going to take that piece, see right here, and I'm going to go right here. But I'm going to do it beforehand. I'm going to glue this in. I'll have like a two-step look here. And if you look here, see the block? The 7/8. I don't know, you might not be able to see it too well. But here, it has to be a little less. And then that's where people, and I've seen it so many times, make the huge mistake. And I decided to go blocks here. I'm probably going to go on the CNC and do something something cool. Sorry, dust is getting to me a bit. And you can see here now, this piece just goes like that. The block will go here. The block will be about 1/8 of an inch bigger, and it'll be flush with the frame, and then this will be back with the frame. All right. And so I ended up 4 inches here, 6 3/4 for the baseboard. So we're very happy. And I'd like to also thank everybody for watching the video. And I'm going to say this once, and maybe I say it 5 times throughout. Please subscribe. Keep supporting us, and I'll try and continue making videos. So thank you for watching.